Hello there. So, the $6 million shaver. Well, I think this is a really cool idea. I think it was started by Ray Pope, uh, but it's an excellent idea. And the idea is to take six guys in the shaving community and combine certain attributes of these six people to create what you would call the ultimate wet shaver. Well, now, Uh, I'm not picking just from the video community. There's one guy in my list that is not, he doesn't make wet shaving videos, but he deserves mention in my $6 million wet shaver. So, uh, the first thing that I would look at on the list is the razor collection. You know, what kind of razors does this gentleman have? What's his equipment, his gear? And I'm a mostly straight razor shaver. I shave with D's and SE's, but I shave more with a straight razor if I can. And also, that's where my heart is on the straight razor. I love the straight razor. Sometimes I can't use one due to physical issues, but the straight razor is my favorite blade. And if I had to pick a shaver that's known in the community and pick his straight razor collection, it would be Anthony Esposito. The reason I say that is, first of all, he has some very beautiful razors. But second of all, every time I think, okay, Anthony, show me all he's got, and he pulls out a razor I haven't seen before. So I think he's got rolls and drawers and stuff probably full of straight razors all over his house. He ought to have to put child safety locks on all his drawers and stuff like that, because he's probably got a ton of them. So if I was to choose a straight razor collection, that would be the gentleman that I would go to, would be Anthony. Okay, brush collection. Well, I don't know that he has a ton. I know he has quite a few. But when I started thinking about putting the $6 million shaver together, it's not so much quantity as it is quality, and things that I would like to have that someone has that I don't. And that would be the shirtless Zen Master, the Jammin' G.I. James. He's got a ton of brushes, but he's got stuff like the Shave Nook brushes, and he's just got a lot of brushes that were one-offs. Well, not one-offs, but they were limited runs and stuff like that. And just beautiful, a bunch of 2 or 3 really nice, or 3 or 4 really nice Simpson limited group type brushes. I think he's got a couple of Shave Nook Simpson brushes. Just every time I see him post a brush, one of those brushes, my mouth starts salivating, and I want that brush, especially if you're talking about a Simpson, because I love Simpson. Now, he mentioned a fella on the Shave Nook, I can't remember the guy's handle right now, when he talked about brush collection, and I would agree with him on the quality and quantity factor. The guy that he talked about has probably got 200 Simpson brushes. They're absolutely beautiful. Simpson's my favorite brush. I love them. Jammin' G.I. James, those limited edition Shave Nook brushes and stuff like that, I covet dearly. So, Okay, soap collection. Well, that was hard because there's another guy on the list, and I chose him for enthusiasm instead. And he hasn't been wet shaving quite as long, at least on YouTube, as the guy that I'm going to pick, but he caught up really quick. But anyway, for soap collection, it would be Christopher David Bailey. And the reason is that Christopher made a decision about a year or a year and a half ago, and I might be wrong on that, but I believe it was somewhere around that time, that he had decided that he was only going to go, or he was mostly going to go with artisan soaps. And he went with a passion. If you watch his series on artisan soaps, 30 artisan soaps, I think it is, that he's got. I mean, he's just got a boatload of artisan soaps, and he's got old favorites and old commercial type soaps and stuff too that everybody likes. But his artisan collection is huge, and I think he's got a really wide experience in different types of soaps and things like that. So if I was going to pick a soap collection, it'd probably be Chris's. Experience. Now, here's the guy that I was talking about that is not doing wet shaving videos, but this gentleman is a mentor of mine. He contacted me early on when I first began posting on the Shave Nook, and he and I have had a good relationship together. He's been really generous. Not only he sent me some stuff and stuff like that, but he's been really generous in his knowledge. He's been really generous in, just an overall type of reaching out to me, and been just really kind. But and this is experience. His name is Johnny Petrie. And this guy's been wet shaving for over 50 years. And if I had to choose experience, that's the guy I would choose. I ask him for advice. He's always spot on. I ask him about a product. He's always spot on. Besides all of that, he moderates. Helps to moderate the Shave Nook, and I've never heard him say or ever read a crossword, even when he was dealing with difficult people. He's the epitome, in my experience, of not only an experienced wet shaver, but an experienced man. He's an experienced, mature individual that he's got a really big, huge heart and a wonderful attitude, and he's always willing to step out and reach out and help people in the wet shaving community that are having difficulty understanding things or need help in one or more area of shaving. And so I love him to pieces, and if I was to choose a guy whose experience I wanted to have, it would be Johnny Petrie. So, all right, technique. Well, that's got to go to Magnus Gabrielson. I believe I pronounced his name, or Gabrielson. If you watch his shaving videos, he does it to music, really good music, by the way. But, technique, oh yeah, Magnus. And now that was a toss-up between Anthony Esposito and Magnus for technique and razor collection. You could switch the two of them either way you wanted to and be dead on. Not a problem with that. So, all right. And enthusiasm. Well, I got to give that to Charky. Every time you see one of his videos, he's smiling, he's positive, he's adventurous. He took us out on the beach and shaved with us. He had I think it was a 10 or 12-year-old daughter shave his face with a straight razor. No way on the face of the earth would I have ever done that. Sorry. Bless you, Charky, but there ain't no way a 10 or 12-year-old child or anybody that didn't know anything about how to use a straight razor would come near to my face. Not happening. No how, no way, no sir. But he's just got a wonderful enthusiasm and a wonderful, he's always got a wonderful smile. And he's just, that's the guy I would want his enthusiasm for shaving if I was trying to build that perfect wet shaver. And then lastly, for overall attitude, this guy's on YouTube, but he doesn't do the social media stuff. Paul H. Films. This guy has just got the most laid back. Now he's enthusiastic, He's like, smell that, and that kind of stuff. Just wonderful that way. But he's got a wonderful enthusiasm, but his attitude There's a lot of guys that they buy a $5 razor and they want that thing to shave like it costs $70. Good luck with that. You might find one every now and then, but it don't normally happen that way. And what Paul H. has going for him is he's really laid back, but he also understands his equipment and the limitations of his equipment. So that when he goes to shave with something, whether it's a soap or whether it's a brush or whether it's a razor or whatever it is, he understands that piece of equipment or that piece of software's relation to all the others that he could choose, and his expectations match the level of the equipment that he's using. And so he gets a good shave most all the time because he's not expecting, $100 worth of performance out of a $15 piece of equipment or a soap or whatever. And I think that attitude is something that, it's missing in the wet shave community, and it's missing in a lot of things in the world. We want the best deal we can get. And we want stuff that punches. I'm a frugal kind of guy. Now, I've gotten some soaps and stuff like that are more out of the frugal range, but most of them they were given to me. People have blessed me and been generous to me and sent stuff to me that I never would have been able to try on my own. I'm grateful for that. But my main focus when I started this channel was, can you wet shave without spending a fortune? Because I wanted people to come. I want guys to come and learn what a great shave they can have. And I don't want them scared off because they think they're going to have to spend $200 to start out. You don't. But anyway, so that overall attitude that Paul has about, I know this equipment here, and I know what to expect from it, and I accept it for what it is, and I'm going to get a good shave. Is that incredibly awesome? So, that's my 6. If I was going to pick the ultimate wet shaver, if I was going to build a Steve Austin wet shaver, a $6 million man wet shaver, these are the guys I would choose. All right. Tags. I don't know if any of these have been tagged before, but I'm tagging you again. I looked all over YouTube and looked at everybody's that I could think of pages to try to find this $6 million shaver video before I went to tag these people. And so CDB, Christopher David Bailey, tagging you. Shave Busta, I'm tagging you, buddy. I want to see that. Guy from Gentleman's Edge, I'm tagging you. Brit Shaver, I'm tagging you. And my friend Emmanuel Goldstein, I'd like to see what you think. All right, God bless you guys. That's my 6. And I'll see you later.